I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what's the use. You beat your brains out, fight for the people who work for you, and what do you get? A headache. Oh, my name is Lewis. I run this department, design department. Well, you know how it is. Sometimes you're busy and sometimes you're not. And the other day, the boss called me in. Al Simpson, he's the division manager. What's up, Al?
Well, things are pretty slow, Jim. We're going to have to cut down on our help. And we figure you can get by with one less girl.
Here we go again. Every year it's the same thing. You just get your help trained to where they can give you a good day's work, Al, then you have to let them go.
Well, now tell her things might pick up in a month or two. Tell her you'll call her back.
Oh, you know I'll never get that same girl again. Then I have to go out and hire another one, and it's a couple of months before she's any good to me.
Here, Jim, you were telling me yourself just a couple of days ago that you haven't got enough work to do to keep everyone busy. You know we can't afford to keep people on around here when there's nothing to do.
Well, it seems to me there ought to be some way to work this out. In a couple of months, we'll be loaded with work again, and then the cycle starts all over.
Well, why not use this as a weeding out period? Are all your girls doing a good job?
Yeah, they are, Al. Even the newest girl is doing a bang-up job.
All right, Jim, what do you suggest?
Well, look, Al, I know you don't like to do it, but how about letting me transfer one of my girls to accounting for a couple of months? Now, only yesterday, Willard was telling me all over again how badly he needed some help.
We've tried that before. It just doesn't work. Willard needs experienced help. You boys always want to let your least experienced girl go.
Tell you what, I'll let Willard have my best girl. She worked in accounting several years ago. But he has to agree it's only temporary. Within 2 months, I get her back.
You're willing to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's on a temporary basis. That way, in 2 months, I'll have my help again.
Willard Chase in accounting, please. Who's the girl?
Marge Roberts.
Willard, Al Simpson. Have you found a girl to help out with your final report yet? How would you like to use one of Lewis's girls on a temporary basis? Marge Roberts.
She's a great worker. I'll have her down here anytime.
Okay. We'll have a report to you in the morning. Well, that works out all right for everybody.
Thanks, Al. Thanks for helping me out on this. Marge.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Mr. Simpson a while ago, and things are pretty slow in the department, the way they are every year at this time. And as usual, Mr. Simpson wants me to lay off one of the girls.
Me?
Well, I was hoping to work it out so it wouldn't be anybody.
Oh?
You see, I worked out a deal with Willard Chase in accounting. He can use a girl for a couple of months. It's annual report time.
Who's going, Mr. Lewis?
Well, I told him you were, and he said fine.
But I didn't like working for Mr. Chase.
This is only temporary, Marge.
Why do I have to go? Why not send somebody else? Why not send one of our newest girls?
No, that'd be Betty. I can't send her. He needs an experienced girl like you. Now, you've worked there before. You know the ropes.
Well, I don't see why I should have to go, just to keep Betty working a couple of months.
Look, Marge, there are some things we all have to do that we don't like. I've got some problems running this department that you can't be expected to know anything about. I have to make decisions. Willard's not a monster, and 2 months isn't forever. I've got it all arranged now, and I've got no good reason to change it. Willard expects you to report to him first thing in the morning. Okay?
And on top of that, I just don't like Willard Chase. He's a regular slave driver.
I don't blame you. I don't like him either.
What about our new girl, Betty Stanley? Why didn't they send her?
I wouldn't stop with Lewis. I'd go straight to the front office if it were me. Right to Mr. Simpson.
Come in.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Simpson, but could I see you for a minute?
Why, certainly. Come in.
I'm Marge Roberts, Mr. Simpson.
Oh, yes, you're the one going to accounting in the morning.
Well, now, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. You see, I went to accounting...
I don't suppose I'll ever know exactly what Marge said to Al Simpson. But there's one thing I'm sure of. She said plenty. As a general rule, Marge is quiet, industrious, cooperative. But she also has a faculty of being very firm in her opinions once they're made.
Well, I'm sorry, Miss Roberts. I wish you didn't feel that way.
Well, I'm sorry too, Mr. Simpson, but I do feel that way. Now, I realize your position, but, well, I simply won't go. And if that gets me fired, well, that'll have to be all right too.
Get me Lewis.
Well, he got me. I bust my back to keep my girls, and look what happens. Now the old man thinks that I don't know how to handle my help. And the rest of the girls are mad at me for picking on Marge. And me? I'm right in the middle, taking it out on the wife at home, so she's mad at me too. What's a guy supposed to do?